Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Richie Plunkett from the Gaming Show Live. I'll be right back and I'm going to take a quick shave and we'll get into Monday's show. Hey guys, how's it going? It's the 25th April 2011, and as promised in last week, I'll be showing you how you can record your gameplay and post it onto YouTube. Now basically this is just a short introduction on how you can actually record your gameplay and what hardware to buy. I'll be going into further in-depth videos on my own channel on ThePapadumGeek, so check out the link down below if you're interested in that. Now, recording gameplay has really taken a hit in the last year or so. Everyone wants to do it, everyone's looking for the best hardware out there, but also the cheapest one also. Now, cheapest isn't really the best way to go, but it's the best way to start off with. I started off with, a $20 recorder, and then after then worked my way up to an Ava Media Center. Now, the Ava Media Center does basically everything I need to do, and I'm sure it'll do nearly everything you need to do also, because it does take component in, SVideo in, and composite in also. Now, it does have HDMI out, but that only works for playback only. So that means, once you record and finish and all done, if you hit play, that was just a motorbike. So it does have also HDMI out, which only works for playback only. So that means once you've recorded and all done with, if you hit play and have the HDMI connected, it will play back on your large screen TV. The Ava Media Center does 1080i, which most people will complain about, but most hardware's out already which do HD recording is only 1080i anyways. Now, the only way to get 1080p and crisp, as I understand of, is to actually get a driver, connected to your Mac Pro or your desktop PC and have, a direct HDMI in. Now, if you're asking about the Hauppauge also does 1080i, as I believe so. But it also takes in components, so it doesn't really take HDMI if if you haven't already looked at it. Now, the only difference between the Ava Media Center and the Hauppauge is the Hauppauge has, an optical in, which most people will prefer. But, if you're going to upload gameplay to YouTube, you would know that YouTube already compresses it into, a stereo video. Now, the Ava Media Center is about $100 difference to the Hauppauge, and I must say, by preference, it's a little bit more sleeker than the Hauppauge, where the Hauppauge is like, a box thing, which is good. I mean, I don't mind it, it will sit there, has a nice blue neon light going around it. But just for price difference, I went with Ava Media Center. Most people will go with the Hauppauge just because I believe it's pretty hard to find the Ava Media Center. My local, PC shop had it in, so I was just like, yep, give me this. Now, saying that, you don't have to spend, between $100 to $300 on a HD recorder. I mean, for about a year or two, I had the Easy Cap, which is right here. Now, the Easy Cap can be bought on Amazon, eBay, anywhere basically, for about $12 to $25. Now, as you can see, it's pretty small, it's compact, runs off USB. It does get a bit hot, as you can see, that's why all the little grills are right there. But it only takes composite. Now, the downside to that is, I recorded off the PlayStation. It's pretty hard. If you look on YouTube, if you look on my old channel, on the RSOP 90 channel, I show how you can actually connect the Easy Cap via component. And that was sort of like a hack just so you can actually play it on your big screen. Now, it does also take S-Video, so you can probably get a little bit better quality of that. But I'll have a video here which you can click if you want to see the full video on the actual quality of the Easy Cap. It's not too bad, actually. The only downside I can find to it, which most people found that, because it runs off your computer, you would either have to play directly on your computer. The good thing about it, there's just no lag, so that's one thing. It actually depends on your computer, sorry. So if you have a shitty ass computer, you might get, a 2 to 3 second delay. If you have a decent computer, maybe 1 second or no delay at all. Now, the thing was, when playing it, it was really tight. Because it was going by, composite and playing on the PS3, it really tightened things out. I couldn't read text, it was hard to see everything, and even if I had it going through my TV, it was still pretty hard to play. Now, if you're using the Wii or any other old, retro device, such as the Nintendo 64, the Nintendo, the Atari, anything which takes these in, or S-Video, I recommend this. It's cheap, it's easy, it'll cost you about $20 max. And you can get pretty good quality out of the EasyCap. So like I said before, check out the videos on the EasyCap I made. Most of them are actually really good quality. You wouldn't tell that they're recorded on, a $20 device. One thing I do recommend though is don't be fooled into getting the Dazzle or these expensive recorders what do exactly the same thing. Now, I don't have any other brand names on the top of my head, just the Dazzle for some reason. But the Dazzle does exactly the same thing as the EasyCap, but it's charging you about $50 more. So, I mean, I don't see the ethics in that, where this cheap Chinese, I don't know, I shouldn't say Chinese, I don't know where it's from. Anyways, but this cheap thing can do exactly the same thing as a $60 product. And my videos compare to that. Just check them out, like I said again, and you might as well just go with this for a year, save up for a HD recorder, and go from there. So this other part of the video is how to record your PSP. Now, it's not actually that hard. I did research on YouTube, and most of the videos were showing how to actually jailbreak your PSP, and then after then play your PSP through USB onto your computer. It's pretty, wacky. But if you already got it already, if you do have the cable which connects your PSP to your TV, instead of connecting your TV, just go straight into the AVA Media Center or the HOPOG or anything with basically a component in. And then after then you can have the component out cables going back into the TV, and then you're ready to go. So that's probably the easiest way I can find to actually record your PSP. Now, recording the DS is probably the most hardest thing I found. Because the DS doesn't have any, AV signal out, there's been hacks, there's been tutorials on how to do this. Now, I'll post a link down below on this guy who actually made a sort of, this hardware which connects to the DS, and you have to rip it apart, connect all these cables and serial cables and all that stuff, just so you can record the DS. Now, he's using the old DS, the original DS which came out. So I'm not too sure how it will work with the Nintendo DS Lite or the XL or the Nintendo 3DS. But saying that, the other video which came up a lot was basically have your DS, put your camera in the front of it, and then you're ready to go. So, you can either do that way, or there's one more thing also you can do is run, I think it's called a, Disum or something, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's basically, the emulators. So you get your emulator, get your ROM, run it off that. Most ROMs don't run on the emulator because, they're that intense, it just can't catch up on the frame rate. But, the basic games do work, so you can do it that way. Now, I try to think what other consoles were out there, which didn't use basically a component or a composite cable. But I couldn't think of any. Yeah. But most things now run on, your composite cable right here. So if you have that, if your console or anything really runs on that or component, just plug it into one of these things and you're ready to go. Or, for example, if you're capturing off your old video camera, something like this, the EasyCap, really easy, cheap. So yeah, so I hope that actually really helped you guys. But yeah, so I recommend just saving your money, going for the AVA Media Center or the HOPOG. It's worth it. It just does everything you need it to do. But if you're a little bit strapped for cash, save that money, get the EasyCap for now, wait a year, it does everything you need it to do. But yeah, but just one thing, if you do have a Mac and you're curious about if the EasyCap works on the Mac, go with the EasyCap 60, not the 60 Plus, because the 60 Plus is for Mac also, but it doesn't work as well as I found as the EasyCap, D60, which you can find some, hacked apps out there which work with this, and it works better than the actual software they give with. So yeah, guys, so I hope that helped you and, answer your questions on what really to get and what, recording gameplay does. Also, on the other note, if you're curious about recording gameplay off your computer, there's a couple of softwares out there which I'll post a link down below, on some free ones if I can find some, but usually they end up, for paid ones for the Mac at least. Okay, it's me, Richie Plunkett. Catch you guys later.